Hey guys, good evening. Thanks a lot for joining in. And we are starting our third session in the series Unleash Yourself. Unleash Yourself is an initiative of women in Agile and Tech. And together with AgileVirgin and Agile Alliance, we are trying to help our participants, our audience, go to the next level of their achievement, performance, their way of thinking, and ultimately help them discover their true potential, live their life to the fullest. And so that was me. I have Charu with me, Sumiti with me, Sumiti, Charu, me. We are trying to create this unleash yourself for you, and in the journey also try to unleash ourselves to the next level. We have Amita with us, our guest speaker for today. And being a senior director with an MNC, traversing from a career of pilot to senior director, this 25 years, 26 years of work experience, also an experience of coaching and mentoring people. So today she's speaking about context and structure for the performance. And Samita, over to you. That was all from our side. Please fill in the gaps on the introduction for today's session and your introduction.
Thanks, Deepti. Warm welcome to everyone. Hey, Surya, Kamal, and Pooja. How are you guys?
Hey Amita, I'm good. How are you?
Great. And warm welcome to each one of you. I'm not sure if you were there in the previous session, so I'll just go through a basic introduction about myself so that we can connect. I stay with my parents in Gurgaon. My dad's an ex-army officer. My mom's a superwoman, a housewife, always the backbone of the house. Two kids grown up. My daughter is a psychologist and a life coach, and my son is into music production. Something that I don't understand much of, but yeah, trying to get my understanding around. He's into English rap music, so that way. And two little dogs, Oscar and Rio, the life of our house. Besides professionally, I'm a director sales and business development with a French multinational company. I've had the privilege of working with some of the best companies and best colleagues so far, and it's been an awesome journey. I am also a trained commercial pilot, uh, and I enjoy running marathons. That's my latest fun thing to do these days, half marathons. The last one that I had a lot of fun in and was a big challenge for me and broke some barriers was the Ladakh marathon for me. Unfortunately, this year things have not taken shape. Otherwise, we would have gone again in September, but doesn't matter. Soon. So that's about me. And I would like to hear from some of you. What gets you here? What brings you here? Any expectations that you have from this session? Because you guys had a choice to be. It could be Saturday evening for you. Things have opened up. Not that you can step out, but at least you could go down for a walk, family, friends, just enjoying it some other way. Instead, you've chosen to be here, and I appreciate that, and I thank you for that. And if you could share with me, what is it that brings you here today? Any one of you.
Hi, Amita.
Hi,
Thanks
Surya.
for. So, I first of all, I didn't know about your commercial pilot thing. So, yeah, thanks for sharing that. I hope I was not available in the initial part of the sessions prior to this, so I missed out on that part. So, for me, it's just a continuation from the last session. So, I just want to unravel more aspects around it, and yeah, for me, that's something which is pushed me to attend this one.
Thank you so much, Surya. Yeah, thank you. Anyone else? Would you like?
Yeah, Amita, same here. I also attended your previous session, so which was pretty good. So again, want to continue with that the same chain of discussion that were we having last week.
Yes.
Sorry, last week.
Thank you, and I get that, and I appreciate you guys. Being open, willing to look at things from a different perspective, and that's it. That's all that is. The session all about. It's going to be you creating new possibilities, and openings and opportunities that you didn't think existed also, and what were the reasons behind it. So it's all about discovering on that, and I promise you will take back something of value today. And so let's begin with what better way than to acknowledge some of the beautiful people, like Deepti, Charu, and Sumiti, who are leading this initiative and who allowed me to be part of this beautiful journey. And thank you so much, AgileVirgin community of practices, for bringing us all together. Agile Alliance for India for supporting and nurturing India's agile and change agent communities. And of course, each one of you who's present on the call today, thank you so much. I will start my screen share now. So we will just go back and touch base a little with how we what we did in our previous session, and we were talking about what does performance actually mean. If I have to literally just look up the dictionary meaning of performance, what does it mean? So it just means that an action or process of performing a task or a function. And of course there is it's measurable and there are goals, and we need to see, is the outcome achieved that I had set for myself, whether it is an organizational goal or a personal goal. So is there a progress that I'm doing day to day? Is there a progress that I'm doing week on week on my goals and the measures that I'd set for myself? This could be basis of time or achieving some kind of measurable, literally in terms of distance and time. Okay, so going forward in velocity. Okay, and that's where it stops. Where it tends to become a baggage or break for us is that we tend to attach meaning to not achieving or accomplishing the goal the way we wanted to. Okay, and dropping that baggage is a part of the three ingredients that a performer needs to have, and those three ingredients would be mindset, context, and structure. Mindset is something that we touched upon briefly last time, and that's about the belief, the conversations you have with yourself being the most important conversations. And because you're with yourself 24/7, and whatever you're feeding that mind of yours and talking to yourself, I can do this, I cannot do this, is what you manifest as well. Okay, and while we'll touch on a few points about mindset and structure and context as we move forward, what is important is structure is also the tools, the methodology that you do put into place to achieve your goals. Okay, achieve your purpose. And context is the why, the motivation behind you wanting to achieve something. So I've presented them like three circles. Okay, and there is a point at which all the three circles overlap, and that is where your performance happens. If your motivation and mindset are overlapping, okay, which is your context and your mindset, if those two are overlapping and it's not overlapping with the structure, then what you have is that you will be an inspired person. So your context, the why, the purpose, and your mindset is overlapping, you're an inspired person. And if your context and your structure is overlapping, you have an implementation that you can put into place. But what is missing is probably a mindset. So you might start off and you will somewhere drop the ball and not accomplish the goal that you wanted to. Okay, and where the mindset and the structure overlaps, that's where the ideation piece happens. Okay, and once again, I might start, but I will not be a performer. There'll be multiple reasons for which I will let go, because the purpose and my context is not in place for me. Okay, mindset is, if we do a little recap of what we did last time, where is your focus? Is the focus on what I want to achieve, or is the focus on what is it that is coming in my way of achieving? So if any one of you would share a goal that you set up for yourself but are unable to achieve, let's say repeatedly it happens with you, or recently a goal that you set for yourself but you're not able to achieve it. Anyone? So I'll share with you from my life. I've shared it earlier as well. So while I shared that I enjoy half marathons, um, the whole thing came up because I started telling myself I need to, lose weight. I need to drop some weight. I'm growing older. I need to kind of, look more happening, more smarter, more presentable. Otherwise, I will probably lose, a certain market value. I need to be more presentable. They're younger lot in the market. Uh, blah blah blah, and the good looking good factor, was the driving force behind the decision. But my why was very superficial, right? It was my focus was on mujhse nahi ho raha, I don't want to get up early in the morning, it is too hot, oh, I've just got my hair done, so on and so forth. Okay, I kept giving reasons, and my focus was on what is I have too much work, I'm tired today, I need to get up, make up, what is coming in my way of achieving the goal that I want to, instead of focusing on what my goal is. Okay, because the minute I focus on I have, so the minute I registered for my Ladakh marathon, I started working backwards, and I had a goal, and I was focusing towards achieving a time and a distance for that marathon. Okay, and then the same workload did not come in the way, the same concerns and reasons that existed then, did not come in my way of my practice. So there was a shift in my focus. The focus moved to what is it that I want to achieve. Okay, are you getting what I'm saying? Are you able to connect to what I'm saying? So it's about what stories you're telling yourself. Are you eroding your self-esteem, or focusing on what is it that you want to achieve? It's about that. Uh, it's about setting the algorithm of the hardware of your brain. Okay, and it's like when you go on YouTube, it'll throw up the same, or Google, it'll throw up the same links or similar links to what you've been searching for. Similarly, that's how your mind works as well. That's why it's called artificial intelligence, right? It's been taken from how your brain works, and that's why it's called machine learning. Okay, and then interpretation of the stimuli. So before every session that I come on, or when I'm taking any coaching, or I'm going for a big presentation, there is a nervousness that I feel, and that nervousness manifests itself as edginess in my physical body, anticipation of what is going to happen. I don't know, slight restlessness is there. Um, what I realized is that the power of word is so um, important, and the same stimuli is there if I'm feeling excited. Okay, so if I was to say, instead of the fact that I'm saying that I'm nervous, if I use the word I'm excited, the stimuli is the same. I'm in anticipation, I'm a little edgy. I don't know if it's all there in place or not. I don't know how it's going to take shape, but I'm excited now. The difference it makes is that I am now ready to go forward. And whereas if I am saying I'm nervous, I'm ready to pull back. Okay. Similarly, I started implementing that in before my races. Anything that I thought made me nervous, just using a word and interpreting my stimuli makes me go forward instead. Yeah. Anybody, anything that comes to you, anything that comes to your mind? Okay. Next being judgment. Okay. Judgment about yourself, judgment about others. Somebody is below you, somebody is above you. Till the time you're creating that biases, there would be either you will place somebody superior to you, or you'll make somebody inferior to you, and that's how you will always approach them and any situation in which you are with them. If you want to move forward and be a performer, you need to take people with you. Okay. And you need to drop that bias, because then if that judgment and bias is there, it creates a veil. You're not able to be in appreciation, or there's a constant feeling of I'm inferior to this person, or there's a constant feeling I'm superior. It's a disempowering expression. Okay. And it creates a meaning that's what the next one is about, meaning that you make from it, and all the stories that you take forward. Okay, so this was on mindset. Context is about the why. Okay, the purpose, the reason that you are taking up something. And so I would like Deepti to play the video now, and this will explain to you very beautifully how Simon Sinek uh, has created the importance of why and how we do it actually. Deepti, you're on mute.
Yeah, I'm starting. Sorry, I was
Yeah.
mute all the time.
Oh, I need to, I think, stop sharing.
No worries. I am able to share.
And Simon Sinek says about, okay, let's hear the video first.
Recently read Start With Why and Find Your Why by Simon.
Can you increase the volume, Deepti?
You met Simon Sinek at a party, asked him what he does. He could say, I write books on leadership. Or he could say, everything I do is devoted to one idea, to inspire people to do what inspires them, so that together we can change the world.
Guys, can you hear it?
Happens, right? Leadership. That's great.
The volume is a bit low.
Okay, so Deepti, can you just pause it here?
Is it any good now?
Starts with why, with his mission.
Yeah.
What he does, feel.
Can you rewind it?
If you resonate with Sinek's why, I recently read Start With Why and Find Your Why by Simon Sinek. If you met Simon Sinek at a party, that's what he does. You can say, I write books on leadership. Or you can say, everything I do to inspire.
Deepti, can you just pause it? Okay, the audio is not good for me. Is it working for you guys?
I think there is some echo, so not able
Okay,
to
so
hear
that's
clearly.
okay. So I'll take you through the what he's saying is that, have you guys heard of Simon Sinek? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. So he says, let's say if you meet Simon Sinek at a party and you ask him, what do you do? He could either say, I write books on leadership, or he could say, everything I do is devoted to one idea, to inspire people to do what inspires them, so that together we can change the world for the better. Yeah. And for this, I write books on leadership. So there is a very, what he's sharing with you is the why of what he does. And the why is the emotion part of it. The why is something that will inspire you. Okay. He's not sharing the what. What is that I write books on leadership? That is the what. That is the product. Okay. And if you will continue the video, Deepti, we'll share the link of this video with you. He's written a beautiful book.
Recently read Start With Why and Find Your Why by Simon Sinek. You met Simon Sinek at a party, asked him what he does. He could say, I write books on leadership. Or he could say, Everything I do.
I don't think it's working, Deepti.
Inspire people to do what inspires them, so that together we
Yeah,
can
this is
change the
good.
world for the better. I happen to write leadership books because that's a great way to inspire people. Feel the difference? When Cynic starts with why, with his mission, what he does feels more important. If you resonate with Cynic's why, you might be compelled to ask more about his books, maybe buy his books, and share his books with your friends. That's the power of starting with why. Great companies like Nike and Apple leverage the power of starting with why by starting their marketing campaigns and their sales experiences by telling you what they stand for, not what they're selling. In 2018, Nike released an ad with the face of quarterback and civil rights activist Colin Kaepernick and the caption, "Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything." No product, just Kaepernick's face and those words. The ad angered some people, and Nike's stock dipped the day after the ad was released. But over the next week, Nike's online sales jumped 25%. Nike made it clear what they believe and what they stand for. And those who believed what Nike believed went out and bought a whole bunch of Nike products. When you walk into an Apple store, you immediately get the sense that they stand for simplicity, beautiful design, and perfection. And that's not by accident. Apple wants you to resonate with what they believe and what they stand for before they tell you that their new iPad is $300 more than a similar tablet from another brand, because they know if you resonate with what Apple stands for, then you probably won't care if the iPad costs more than other products. Great businesses like Apple and Nike speak to your emotions first. They start with why, not what. Great leaders do the same. In 1963, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. didn't stand up in front of 250,000 people and tell them that he had a 10-step plan to end race segregation in the South. No, he told them that he had a dream. He said, "I dream of a world where little black boys and little black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and little white girls as sisters and brothers." Dr. King influenced people to join the civil rights movement because he led with an inspiring vision, not with instructions. He started with why, not what. Great businesses and great leaders know why they do what they do, and they make sure everyone else does too. Author Simon Sinek says, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. So why do you do what you do? If you can answer that question, you'll not only inspire more people to buy your products and join your cause, you'll inspire yourself to get out of bed in the morning and push through difficult tasks. As Nietzsche once said, he who has a why to live can bear almost any how. In the book, Find Your Why, author Simon Sinek says, discovering your why is like panning for gold in the river of the past. The gold is there, lost in the debris of the river, hidden by rushing water. Only when you take the time to pan for significant moments of the past, retrieving them nugget by nugget, will they turn into treasure. As you search through the river of your past, your goal is to fill the following why statement. My why is to blank so that blank. The first blank is how you want to help people, your contribution. The second blank is the impact you want that to have. The co-author of Find Your Why, David Mead, says his why is to propel people forward so that they can make their mark on the world. Simon Sinek's why is to inspire people to do what inspires them so that together we can change the world for the better. To help you find your why and fill in your why statement, try the following two exercises. First, the friend exercise. Author Simon Sinek found his why by asking a close friend, "Why do you consider me a good friend?" His friend started with typical friend responses. "Well, I can trust you," or "You're fun to be around." But Sinek pushed back and encouraged him to go a bit deeper by asking, "What is it that makes me a unique friend?" After a few uncomfortable moments, his friend said something that gave him goosebumps. He said, "When I talk to you, I feel inspired." When he heard that, he knew he was close to finding his why. He thought more about it and experimented with the wording until he came up with the statement, "My why is to inspire people to do what inspires them so that together we can change the world." Once Sinek could articulate his why, every decision in his life was simple and obvious. If something didn't contribute to his why, he didn't do it. In fact, he shut down a successful marketing business and started writing Start With Why soon after finding his why. Now, if the friend exercise doesn't work for you, you might want to try what I call the impactful people exercise. Create a list of people who have helped you become the person you are today. Was there a relative, maybe a grandma or a grandpa, who gave you the confidence to be yourself when everyone else thought you were weird? Was there a middle school teacher who changed the way you see the world and your role in it?
Was there a sports coach who helped you set a higher standard for yourself? When you come up with a list of people who have played a pivotal role in helping you become the person you are today, share stories about the people who've impacted you with a partner. Your partner's role is to ask you specific questions about how those people impacted you, and notice when you come alive. The goal is to discover an impact that was so profound, so life-changing, that you feel it's your mission to have that impact on others. When I did this exercise, I told my partner about a story from high school. When I started,
Are you saying anything, Amita?
No, I think Charu's calling out the time.
Okay.
So we are
Thanks,
left
Charu.
with 30, we are left with 30 minutes.
Half of the
Thanks,
time.
Charu.
hurt so badly during a class presentation that the teacher had to stop me halfway through. I felt pathetic, and whatever confidence I had vanished. But later that night, I saw an infomercial for Tony Robbins' personal power audio tapes. It looked cheesy, but I was desperate. I bought the audio tapes and listened to them on repeat. The more I listened to them, the more empowered I felt. It was his work that helped me see that I was capable of more than I thought. He taught me powerful mindsets and habits that ultimately helped me become the person I am today. After recalling the impact that Tony had on my life, I made it my mission to have a similar impact on other people's lives. That's why my why is to empower others so that they can do more than they thought was possible. After doing either exercise and filling in your why statement with words that inspire you and make you think, yes, this is me, this is who I am, let your why statement settle for a few days, like a cake needs to settle when you take it out of the oven. Then come back to it a few days later, see if it gives you the same level of inspiration. Repeat this process until you find your why. As Mark Twain once said, the two most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why. That's the core message that I get. Find your why and start with why by Simon Sinek. I highly recommend you.
Thanks, Deepti. You can stop the video now. Yeah. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that video.
Yes. And believe me, I do both. So, not that I go and ask my friend, why do you like me? I do that as well. But then, of course, I look at the list of people who inspire me.
Deepti, your volume is very low.
My volume is, I think this is nothing but my earphone.
Yeah, it's better now.
Is it any better now, actually?
Yes, yes, it is. It is.
Okay, so what do? I mean, see, there are people with whom I probably don't get to work, but time to time I set up my calls with them. I speak to them. I, in general, share with them whatever I am doing, and I ask them what they are doing. And it's not just restricted to the point of getting validation on my ideas or stealing their ideas. No, it's not that. It is basic. So they probably might be doing a massive transformation, and which is not under my consulting assignment. But that just inspires me. I want to at some point in time be at that level, doing that massive transformation, which is impacting thousands of knowledge workers in an organization. Similarly, I do have a list of people, and I just go and check the work they are doing at a certain point in time. And that hugely inspires me and gives me ideas. Kind of, it gives me validation. I think everyone looks for something. We all have our voids. We all try and fill them. So finding not validation for the idea that you are going to sell in the market. No, not just that. Even for a philanthropic project or for a community project, I look for, is it like really serving the purpose? Is there a need and cry for that what I'm going to offer? So yes, I do both of that, and I'm happy that even Simon suggests the same thing. And it was lovely video for sure. Yeah. And just like 80-20 rule has a lot of inferences, I probably think these two ideas even have a lot of a little here and a little there, and you can draw a lot of inferences out of it, and you can use it in various ways.
Yes. Thank you so much, Deepti. Thank you for sharing. I will be sharing the friends exercise with you in a PDF format. You can go back to your friends and start asking them this question. And like Deepthi said, it's not for validation, but it is, at times we don't even know what is it that's my driving force really. And it's about trying to reach that understanding driving force. Okay, like for example, for Google, their why is let's organize the world's information. It's not about being the best, search engine, right? That's what they are. That's not their why. Okay, and that's what people connect with with Google. That's what Simon Sinek is trying to say. For example, Wikipedia, it's all about contributing knowledge and creating a true repository of global information. So you connect with that, you connect with that why, and you want to be part of that purpose. And that's exactly what he's trying to say when you look at Nike, or when you Martin Luther King, you connect. So Mahatma Gandhi, if you have seen that movie Gandhi as well, in which Ben Kingsley acted, there are some very beautiful speeches and moments when big leaders are talking big things, and the public not even connecting with them till Mahatma Gandhi comes on the mic and starts talking, and he starts connecting with them about their concerns and their issues. And that's where the why is. People will connect. You will be a true leader only when you're able to influence them and inspire them. Okay. And so
So just one thought here. This is Anjuman. Hi.
okay.
Just one thought here. So I think for organization, finding why is something similar to the vision, the company's vision.
Yes, I agree. Even I was thinking the same. And so, every time when we do an Agile leadership workshop, or when we are talking even about product management, even, for a Scrum Master, the conversation about enrollment is there. Actually, this is what we mostly do. This is why are we taking up this project? What good will it do to us, to our team, to our organization? Yeah, it's more like the vision statement for us.
Thank you.
I think Amita got disconnected today because it just automatically switched me to be a host. I was tempted to share something. Today only I was speaking to a dear friend, and she's really good with sketching, and she's very creative when it comes to do something. She constantly work with wet, and we were speaking, and um, so I shared with her some of the sketches which I saw on internet, and I said, "See, this just reminds me of you." And then again, so we had a discussion a few days back about our common interest and things we can do, and that's when I realized that probably I'm just too sticky or too much after her life every other day, sharing things that she actually can do, because I don't know, I'm just so desperate that she should do more of this. And so then I also realized even I have similar interest. So if she does, and I'm very much occupied into other things that I'm doing. So if she starts doing, it's just like a combined studies, preparing for our exam together kind of thing. So if she does, probably I'll also get to prepare, and I'll also get to do. So my personal interest is also coming from there. So we were just speaking, Amita, on the same lines when you went offline. So we didn't take your time.
Sorry, light went away. Thanks, Deepthi, for taking up. I am sorry, Anjuman, I missed what you said. If it's taken care of, then we'll move forward. I'm sorry, I missed that.
No worries. We had a discussion. Dipti answered it. Thank you.
Thanks. So we'll quickly, of course, move forward. Now about about creating the why statement. So this is what the video and Simon Sinek says. So I recently had the privilege to attend one of the trainings with Simon Sinek's team. He was not there. It was a Zoom training just about a week, 10 days back on creating your why. So this is what the statement is like. So if you guys want, you can very quickly in 5 minutes create a why for yourself. The statement is simple. Two, there's a dash, contribution. Okay, what is the contribution that you want to make so that there is some impact of it? Okay, some hints are that it starts with a verb. Okay, so the contribution is a verb. It's some kind of an action. It'll be simple and clear. It'll be free of whats and ifs. It's usually in service of people. It's an affirmative language. It's infinite. What infinite means is that it's a vision. It is so large that you may not even achieve it in your lifetime. Okay, like what Martin Luther King had, or so many other people, right? What Google has or what Nike has, it will be ongoing. You will go and somebody else will carry that forward, that purpose forward. Okay, it's that large. That's why it says it's infinite, and it's okay that it's in it, and it feels right and it inspires you. So just because Simon Sinek says something, it may not inspire me. I have my own why statement. So if you want, you can give it a quick go for it. These are some of the examples. Okay, to inspire people to do what inspires them, so that together each one of us can change our world for the better. You can write it on your laptops. I'll give you quick 3 minutes. 9:41. At 9:43 we'll reconnect. Remember, it doesn't have to be anything. It's just your statement. Okay. Are we done? Anybody wants to share their why statement? Mine is very close to what the person who was interestingly very close to that, what their why statement was. It is to empower others so that they can achieve more than they believed was possible. Okay. So that's my why statement, and that is the reason I realized that I am so pulled towards coaching and training or mentoring, more coaching, and that really even if I'm not getting paid for it, I would want to do it. Okay, so that's my why. What about you guys?
So for
Yeah,
me,
so
for me, it will be to unleash myself so that I achieve whatever I dream of.
yeah. So that is Charu, right?
Yeah.
So Charu, we want you to make it so that it's a contribution to others.
Oh.
Okay, and it's impacting others. What you want will be a byproduct of it. You will automatically be unleashed.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a contribution and it's an impact. So if you'll see any of these statements, engage with people in meaningful ways that we connect with depth and live in a more fulfilled world. It's about contributing, and it's a statement that is larger than you.
So there is one from Anjuman, which says to inspire women to achieve greatest success, and also they can help other women.
Awesome.
I also have one which
Yeah.
says, I'll just post it as well, to create a community of greater good so that all members get value out of it, such that they can find fulfillment in all aspects of their life.
Awesome. And what Deepti, Anjuman, great, thank you, amazing shares. And you will find that whatever work you do, if you keep this in focus, and if this is your driving force, you will find your way. The what and the how will fall in place. Your focus will come back. The distractions that you feel will go away. And you need, just write it and pin it wherever, and that's your focus, your why. And the minute it is larger than you, the minute it is beyond earning that money, that fame, the fortune, uh, when the why is bigger than that, you expand. Right? For example, for Apple, like he shared, it's about challenging the status quo. It's not about beating Microsoft or somebody else. The products they make are, the what. And the how is by hiring the right kind of talent and making awesome products with great designs. That's the how. Everything falls into place. So for Amazon, for example, when he started, it was about create a space and experience for book readers and videos and music. And then slowly his why evolved to offering bigger selections and making the customer experience to be something else completely. It evolved for him, and it's larger than him. He can in his lifetime never complete that achievement. Right?
Amita,
So
I have a
yeah,
question here. And before that, we are left with 14 minutes. So that was my job to remind you. Okay. So I just wanted to know if we are setting something for ourselves, isn't that if we will be happy, we will be able to share happiness further. So is there something wrong in it that we want to set goals for ourselves first, and then maybe because we can share the same with others, because if we are good, then maybe we will be able to share the good.
absolutely. And Charu, thank you for asking that question. And I have also often asked that question. And you rightly said that's your goal. That's your how. It's not your why. How will I achieve my why is by staying happy and giving happiness to others. That's my how. मैं कैसे करूँगी ये? How will I achieve that? But the why is the second part of your statement where you want to spread the happiness and the love. That's where the friends exercise is there, that you ask them, what is it, when you ask them repeatedly, what is it about you that that they connect with so much, eventually they will come up with that experience that you give them. Yeah, Deepti?
I think what Charu is saying is slightly different here. And
Okay.
I would also want to discuss her point. See, what she's saying is we always say if we are not happy, nothing is going to make happy. Uh, uh, we are not going to make others happy. So no
Sure.
matter how much charity we do, no matter how much great goals we set, which are beyond ourselves, if our inside is not happy, if we are not happy, probably none of our work will matter. And more than that, a lot of people must hear this, oh, you're so nice, you always help, and oh, you're so awesome, your husband must be happy with you, your parents, your in-laws, your kids. But then those people are still very sad from inside. So we have met such people and they're like, no, yeah. And then when you're friends with them, then they open up and they share that, yeah, I make everyone happy, but it doesn't give me happiness. So what I think Charu is coming from, and it's a very valid question, and she very simply put her goal. She did not talk about make world happy. She only said, I want to do enough so that it makes me happy. So I think she's more coming from there, Amita. Isn't it, Charu?
Yes, Deepti, and thanks for explaining it further. Thank you. Yeah, this is what I was trying to say.
Not talking about she needs to set a goal which is beyond her and very big, and it changes the world. And I can understand, Amita, you might want to go for a deeper conversation on that. That like
No. All I'm saying is we are confusing, so it's collapsing for you guys. The why is not a goal statement. Goal is something which you can achieve. You will never achieve the why. Okay? When you're feeling unhappy, it's a contracted space. Okay? Uh, when you align to the why, which is a larger beyond yourself, because what happens is when the focus is you yourself, that is when the contraction can happen, when things don't go your way. Okay? And the minute you start focusing on the larger impact that you make and contribute in the world, it takes you out and it expands you. That's what I'm trying to say. I get what Charu's saying. It's extremely important that you're happy, because if you're not, that is whatever you have inside is what you're going to spread externally. I get that. In fact, it's the other way around. If you're feeling low and down, please go out and spend some time with the underprivileged. It could be in any form, okay? In form of teaching little kids, just spending time with just little kids, you know. Don't necessarily have to be. So you are able to drop that focus that you've put so heavily on yourself, and you expand. The minute you drop this conversation about you being happy and being able to contribute to somebody's happiness, so the statement is a little larger than you. It goes beyond you. I'm not saying that it's not important to be happy. It's extremely important to be happy, and that's in your hands only, in your accountability and responsibility. Yeah, but we'll take this another time, and like you said, a longer discussion maybe. Okay, and we'll just quickly move forward now. Anybody else on the why statement? Anybody wants to share their why statement?
Amita, I can just a quick thought around it. I can talk about this later as well. But for me, I know where I want to, so I know the why part, but there's a lot of how and the impact it would create.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, it's really tough for me. Like, people are so pretty articulative in their sense to put that into 2-3 statements, but for me it has never happened. I have been trying to follow this exercise with Simon Sinek. I've read both of these books, but for me as of now I've not been able to, but I'm still trying to. But we can talk about this later. For me, that clarity which comes with just putting it out there, your why and how you're trying to achieve it, has not been there. So yeah, we can take it later, but just wanted to put that thought. Somehow it's
so what is not articulated for you, Surya? The why is not articulated, or the what and the how and the why are not coming together for you?
For me, the why is quite a very, if you look at, so impacting lives is let's say my why, but now how it should be, and what kind of impact I can create is something, it's not I have not been able to find that answer as of now. Like, it's yeah.
Okay, so like you said, we'll take it up, maybe 101 conversation we can have.
Sure.
First, you need to have your why statement ready, and it doesn't have to be any kind of a perfect statement, okay? Just have the why statement with the guidelines that are shared. It should be 2 dash what is the contribution, so that this is the kind of impact it has. Okay, it's simple. And then from it, you start writing, how can I make this happen? But right now we'll move forward. Okay, there's
I want to
paucity of
share
time.
quickly one thing.
Yeah.
If you'll try 5 why, you will be able to achieve what exactly you want, why you want it.
One thing here, I also
sure, absolutely.
What Surya is saying, and Surya, I can so resonate with what you are saying. When I started some 5 years back, 6 years back, in fact 2013, I would say very clearly, was the point in my life I was like, there are so many thoughts and there are so many possibilities I can embrace. I can do so much, but I don't know what exactly I want to do. Point number 1. I did not know what will exactly make me happy. Point number 2. So what happened? I just started doing. I met a mentor in my organization who was also on such trajectory. He was extremely successful, one of the top most performer of our organization at an extremely senior position, and he was offered, in fact, the senior most position. Make me happy, it will not satisfy me, because he knew he was bigger than that. So he said, I just don't like, when you guys just talk bullshit that I don't know what, I mean, Surya, this is not for you, this was for me, okay? No offense here. So and he said, bloody, why don't you do something? And yes, you have so much potential. And I just started doing small, tiny things. And then I started doing wrong things and right things and doing things wrong, not just wrong things, but doing things wrong, right things in a wrong manner, and all of that. But that's when I started knowing, okay, not this, not this, not this, not this. And then slowly my why evolved. Obviously, our why starts with very menial thinking, very tiny thinking, which has been brought to our mind in our upbringing and all these experiences of life. Somewhere we got ditched, somewhere our promotion was taken away, somewhere, we were just almost a first rank holder and we were a second rank holder at some point in time. So our why, the true why, the inside, we go over a certain amount of time. So we have to start doing things. Then only we meet. And so, some people like probably you, like me, we think like trees. We have so many branches, so many thoughts, and all of these dots, they connect back when we start doing things, and things start making sense to you after some point in time, and you discover your.
Thanks, Deepthi. That makes a lot of sense to me, because the way you've thought, just feeling in one, and then you realize that this is not for me. Then you feel in another, and then so that is something which I also try to, I'm trying to evolve with that. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you, Deepthi and Surya. And Amita, we are left with 4 minutes. This gets so interesting that you never want to stop. But yeah, we have a time boxing here.
Thanks. So that's cool. We'll quickly move to the structure piece, which is the methodology piece, okay, which is the how piece, okay. And needless to say, the time is one of the most valuable currencies. You can spend money and you can earn it back, but the time once spent is over, it's gone, okay. So scheduling is highly important. Setting your goals is extremely important. We discussed it last time, and to do it in a smart manner, because what this does is gives you the focus, gives you the clarity of thought, which is extremely important, because that's when you're able to drop the distractions and continue getting back on track, okay. Upgrading your skill set, okay, which is constantly prepping and conditioning yourself. What do I mean by that? You might, this has to be a daily habit, so you need to bring in good reading habits, things that contribute to your mental and emotional growth, okay. Your inbox, your tray will always be full. You need to take out time for your loved ones. By the time it's time for us to leave Mother Earth, the work and all will not be important. It's the love and the time we've spent with others and family, friends, whatever makes us so happy, like sometime back Charu mentioned, okay. So you need to create that balance. How that will be created is by the structure and the schedule you put into place. If last time we had a conversation about how we put too much into our plate and then get done by the end of the day. So that's when the goal comes in. Setting yourself up for success, so that muscle is built enough, and then you take up bigger and stronger goals. Okay. Another very important part is being in a space of gratitude. Okay. And it's not just an intellectual conversation about being gratitude. It's about actually, it's an antidote for anger and fear. And there's simple, it creates expansion when you're in gratitude. And it's, we have, I think, 2 minutes left. Otherwise, we would have done a gratitude exercise as well, which was scheduled for the day. But not to worry, there's always the next time. Start with 3 minutes in a day. Begin with just closing your eyes, keeping your hand over your heart, or whatever works for you. Just be in gratitude. Experience a moment of life when you were a child or as an adult. Maybe it was last week that you are grateful for. Okay. It could be a sheer coincidence. It could be that your heart is beating and alive, and any such thing. So in fact, Charu will permit, we can do it for 1 minute.
Amita, let's extend it to 10 minutes. I think people
10 minutes, nahi. We just need a very quick 3 minutes for this. That's
okay.
it. If you just time us as well. So guys, if you'll just humor me, just put both your hands over your heart. You can close your eyes if you like. Just a gentle deep breath. Breathe in one more time, gently and deeply. Feel your heart beating. being grateful for that heart beating that, loving you, keeping you alive, for your lungs, just breathing in that air, expanding, giving that oxygen to that heart, beautiful organ, the beautiful body God has given and created for us. Okay, and go back to a moment that you're grateful for, a moment in life when it could be when you were a child, adult, anytime. Experience that moment, feel it. What do you hear? What do you see? Continuing your deep breath, feeding your heart in a space of gratitude. Go to another moment, a moment of coincidence. A beautiful miracle happened for you. You were not even expecting it. It just happened. Maybe you met somebody. Yeah. How beautiful life would be if the universe would just keep throwing these coincidences at me. And I'm in acceptance of that, in gratitude of that, and of all the people in my life that I'm grateful for. Just experience that feeling of expansion, of being whole and complete, of being loved just as you are, beautiful, perfect, imperfect. And then that same gratitude and love expanding out of your body, spreading. Any moment in life when you get caught, bogged down, disempowered, feel cornered, reach out to this feeling, you'll get an answer. What is it that you need to do? What is it? How do you need to deal with that moment? That's it. You can gently open your eyes. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is, uh, this is about creating that experience. It's not just about the words. It's not about uh, saying affirmations. You need to experience them. Take out 3 minutes, 1 minute to just be in gratitude, 1 minute to envision your whatever your experience, literally your goals, your visions coming true. Experience them, okay? And the third minute to just say a prayer, whatever works for you, whatever prayer works for you. Start it with 3 minutes in a day, and you can do it sitting anywhere, and then expand it slowly, by 2 minutes each, making it a 6 minute activity. And you'll slowly build. Initially, it might feel like a put on, a fake. Slowly, you will start feeling that energy go, build in you.
Sorry, Amita, my voice broke down. Can you just repeat the 3 steps once again, please? Apologies.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So first one is to be in a space of gratitude, just being thankful for the breeze, for your children, for the food, for small things in life, to bigger things in life. coincidences, the beauty, anything, but you need to experience it. Okay, that's the first one. Then go visualize your goals, your vision. Visualize them happening. What is the experience that you would have when those actually come true? And the third one is to say a prayer, a gentle prayer, and spreading that love and the gratitude that would have filled you by then. Yeah, Anjuman, you got that?
Thank you so much, Amita.
Thank you.
That
Thank
was
you.
wonderful.
Thank you, everyone. This happened because you were there. And
Thank
your
you.
energy
Thank
was
you.
present. Thank you for that space.
Thank you, Amita. And it was blissful at the end. Those 3 minutes, 4 minutes
I'm glad.
were
And thank
absolutely
you.
blissful.
Yeah. Thanks, Surya. And thank you for being authentic. That's the beauty of Deepti as well. She's straight and she's authentic. And thank you for that, each one of you.
And people, I have
That's
a
it
small
from my
request. So there's a URL that you guys need to open. We need a quick feedback. Yeah, I have shared it on the chat as well. It's menti.com, and you need to enter a code which is mentioned in the chat, and it's 418895. It will hardly take a minute from you. And meanwhile, I'm also sharing my screen so that all of us can see it. Deepti, could you please share your screen? I think something went wrong and I'm not able to.
Because I am not the owner.
You want me to show the code on the screen?
Actually, I wanted so that everyone can see the
code,
feedback.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, I just my feedback. This is menti.com. You open menti.com, guys, and then you put this code which Charu has provided in the chat. This is what you have to do. So once you do that, this is MENTI, menti.com. And once you do that, you reach here. So you have to tell how had been the session. Probably just select one of these, then submit that. I will not create a bias, so I will not select. Moreover, I've already submitted mine. So once you submit this gives one feedback for the session. Then the next, you have next screen that comes is, so let's say I select an awesome, sorry. Already voted, see? So it says skip the, so then it says any three theme for future session, just two simple things. That's all, we need.
Yeah, and the code once again is 418895. I'm also allowed to fill a feedback form for the audience.
Good one.
I think you should.
Yeah. Then we awesome thrice.
Thanks, Deepti and Charu, once again for organizing this.
Yes. True.
Welcome.
And our and the silent third musketeer Sumiti as well.
Yeah.
I missed Sumiti. Sorry, my bad.
She's the one silently partnering.
Awesome. So, Charu, do you want to show the result, or probably you're facing some problems, so we can send the PPT afterwards?
I'll share the result with the in the mail that we will be sending after the session. I'm facing some issues. So.
No worries. All right, then. Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot, Amita.
Thank you.
This was third in series, so I guess we'll see you some other time soon. And
yes.
Guys, we'll again host next session in 2 weeks. and we'll share all the information probably by tomorrow. So we hope you join us and stay inspired. Keep us inspiring. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Have an awesome day. Bye.
Bye. Thanks, everyone.
Bye. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Bye. Thank you, guys.